very similar to me that
Just
was
like-
in this situation.
Just like, oh damn, that's happening right over
like
there.
that's happening right now, and you know that this is something that's going to be mentioned in history books eventually.
Yeah.
Like it has to be.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I always think about those people. I feel like there should be a whole movie about those people that do nothing, say nothing, just kind of sit there and listen and watch and know that they're going to be a part of history in some way. Like, you know what I mean?
It's just
Not saying I'm not doing anything, but like
just
just
that
in
documentary would
general.
just be like old people talking around a coffee table.
Exactly. And I
Like,
think
I
that
remember
would be fantastic. I think it would be fantastic to have people just sit that are older, that have been through weird shit, and explain that moment in time and share the stories and the commercials they saw.
Oh.
And like that would be kind of fun.
And bring it back to the darkness real quick. No, but today is June 1st, right?
Yeah.
So I learned this from older black people in Oklahoma, that there was this whole history that they literally tried to bury because it was so shameful.
Oh, yeah.
June 1st, this marks, was it 1922, 23?
I think so.
1922. There was a very prosperous black community in Tulsa, and they had a trade center, they had grocery stores. I mean, it was popping because Tulsa was the Mecca. There's commercials from that era, the Roaring '20s. Tulsa was going to be the next place. There was Los Angeles, New York City, Tulsa, Oklahoma. It was going to be the shit.
And it's one of those center places where the food from the West Coast and the East Coast both fly over in that area.
Right.
And you get freshest food in that center
You also
quarter.
it has the deepest port in all of America. Like, there's a port that goes all the way from the Gulf to Tulsa. Mm-hmm. It goes all the way up the river. Was the Arkansas River? So it has the most inland port anywhere, and they had it back then. Oil fields, oil money, the Roaring '20s, jazz, and a good portion of the city. I mean, half the city at that time was almost black, like almost half.
Yeah.
And it was
community.
very prosperous. Very. I mean, they had just. I can't imagine it when they talk about it. They had like their own lumber yard. They had their own everything.
Yeah.
And
their own city.
Something happened.
Made something.
Some rumor or something started, but they decided they were going to burn down the side of town, and they did. And the only people that stood up for them were the people who fought in Civil War. So like the Buffalo Soldiers, and even white soldiers from Civil War stood guard. And there's still the foundations of these homes that got burned down.
Yeah, they stayed paused in a moment of history.
Yeah, it is shocking, and it's so crazy because I never heard about it at all. I heard about the first integration in school. I heard about Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, everything, all the major moments in history. And I'm like, this is totally not talked about. And they literally tried to hide it. They tried to bury it. And people just need to talk about it more. I mean, it's such a crazy part of history.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I feel like everyone is very strong to jump and say, like, don't tear down these fucking white bastards from history. But then you don't show that kind of stuff on the Black history side.
Yeah.
They bury Black history. They've done it in any group, in any discriminatory fucking... Any minority that is discriminated against always gets buried somehow. And it's just...
Yeah.
Ugh.
We gotta stop doing it. We gotta stop it. And that's the great thing about the time we live in. Everyone's got...
It's all being unburied.
Yeah, well, and everyone has has a fucking TV station in their hands.
Exactly.
We can film it. We can edit that shit. We can add good audio. Mm-hmm. Like, everyone is a news station now, and it's wonderful.
I also think, I mean, I think it's fantastic. I think it's great that
We're in the 60s again.
I think it's great that something is being more strongly done than it ever has been done before. And I hate some of the things that come with it.
Yeah.
But that's always a movement. Every movement has its trials and pains and aches. And I mean, that's what it is. But it's just crazy to see it all so at my age and in this lifetime, and to be watching something and to also have a platform to talk about it, regardless of how many people listen to us. It's the fact that I have somewhere where I can vent and release and talk about it and know that it's at least going to a few more ears than if I didn't. And so I think that's just, I don't know.
And I think the next part of this revolution is fucking uniting against the big banks.
Yeah, fuck banks, dude.
Because they've been getting away with financial murder for years. And people and I don't care where you stand, Republican, Democrat, libertarian, that shit was wrong. The bailouts for the banks, because a lot of people don't get bailouts. A lot of people get frowned upon. They get shunned for getting government help. The government literally fucking gave welfare to people who didn't need it, who could have floated it on their own backs to make their own business work.
Yeah.
The biggest business in the world, the banks. They had billions of dollars. They gave themselves raises after they got government money, after they got welfare money. You want people who are against food stamps and all this shit. These are people trying to survive. And you have fucking these giant banks with fucking multiple mansions, multiple yachts.
That's my thing, too. Which
is fine. Good for them. But, don't...
People sucking off the teat of the government that were always so against it in the past.
Oh.
It's one of my favorite things to watch right now is how 100% the hypocrisy is fascinating.
That shit irritates me more than anything.
I almost it irritated me at first, but now I almost feel justified. Now I'm almost like, fuck off. Like, anything I ever, just fuck. There's so much I want to say.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to, because I'll say names. We all know how bad I am about saying names.
You are bad about saying names.
So people fucking love these goddamn handouts, but are so quick to be pissed at the government when they give it out. So they see the handouts come out and they're like, fuck those people that take it. And the minute that they get their little fucking dirty, greedy hands on it, they're like, I'm going to buy a new car.
Yeah,
fucking do things.
People that are against welfare also accepted the stimulus check.
Yep.
They accepted money from the government for their small business or their business. Mm-hmm. And I know people who never stopped working through this whole thing and still accepted the money and used it. Mm-hmm. I can't blame them, but you can't be the person saying that other people don't deserve money when you're suckling from the government's teat, just like you complain about. Yeah. So hypocrisy, shove it up your ass, bro.
I think it's really great. I feel everything we are seeing is fantastic. And I think everyone that has a platform, I do agree with this. If you have some sort of voice, that you do use it. But don't use it to make your business better. Use it if you believe in it. Like, if you 100% stand by the fact that there is something wrong with America right now, it's sick, and we need to educate ourselves better, and we need to stand with the people because they're people. Like, stand correctly. Be in line with history. Have fun. Like, enjoy the peaceful part of it.
Yeah.
Like, look at
there's a lot of that going on that no one's seeing.
Watching those videos, though, of, like, everyone dancing to that stupid song. I hate that song. The Harlem Shuffle or whatever it is.
Oh.
I don't know. Now I can't think.
I don't know
I'm
what
doing
you're
a different song. I'm never gonna.
I think that was Styx right now. I don't know what was that. What the fuck?
It's like a dance routine. Whatever.
I know.
Anyways.
Is it that one they play at weddings all the time?
Yes.
To the left, to the left.
Yeah. Everything you own in the box. I'm just kidding. It's
Oh my God.
song. But
You're walking on a land.
so that song, there's like a bunch of protesters, and the whole street was doing it at one point, and I think that would be so fun. You can see everyone laughing and enjoying themselves, and that is how you remember the George Floyds, and fucking that's how you do it.
Yeah.
So, but you have to watch that stuff because it makes you feel so much better, and there's so much more better than there is bad.
We watched because there was thousands of people downtown.
Yeah,
at least a couple thousand people, and
probably more. Did you see how packed that park was?
It was crazy. There's a lot of people. A lot of people came out, and
there were cops kneeling with protesters.
Yeah, it was peaceful. It was going great. Oh, I gotta take the bread out. I'm a baker.
Quarantine has made him a baker.
But for all the shit that happened, because there were some businesses that got vandalized, it got
pretty much
burgled.
All those ones on Main Street.
Yeah, which is terrible. Mm-hmm. But that was they even said a whole separate group came and started looting.
So and I love that they separated.
Yeah, because
the looters from the protesters and said the protest was very calm. People
brought their kids. It was like
there was dogs, there was kids, there was families, there was old people.
People brought sandwiches. I mean, come on.
Yeah, like they were having a picnic while walking. Like that's basically what happened. And then obviously two groups that clashed decided to loot and get tear gassed and get rubber bullets, and
even then
it was so minimal.
Sensationalized.
100%. What did I say last night? I wrote someone a text message and I meant to say sensationalized, but I said sensualized or something. Sensualized. So it just made it sound
was
like
so sensual.
They really sexed it up.
They made it really sensual for no reason.
So yeah, educate yourself. But we should probably end it. Actually, I'm beat.
Oh, it was a lot of emotion out.
Well, it was a lot of emotion out, but it's like I appreciate the emotion I'm feeling. Like that's what I was also going into, is that this is just 2 days of me. Like, of course, you know me. I feel everyone's pain all the time.
Yeah.
And so this is just a lot for my little brain to comprehend everyone's feelings, and I'm really definitely soaking it in. So
yeah.
But I think it's good for me to soak it in, because if I felt like this every day, which some people do, mm-hmm. and they go on living and they do their life and they still smile and they go out with their friends and hang out, but there's that scary risk of them not coming home that night because police brutality.
Because of what ifs.
And that fucking sucks. And that blows my mind. And I think we should all definitely think about it a little more. Yeah. And just put ourselves in much as shoes as we can.
Just respect that fear and that reality.
So, but yeah, my mouth is getting really cottony.
I need to drink some water. I've got a major headache.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, stay safe.
Yeah. As to quote,
be kind.
Bill and Ted, be excellent to each other.
100% be excellent to each other. That is, and then just remember, there's so much more good happening right now than there is bad.
Absolutely.
It may seem, if you're in the thick of it or you're in a city that's definitely feeling it pretty hard, it may seem like all you see is violence, but you just gotta really actually look for the helpers this time. This is like 100%. I've always hated that saying because I think it's so docile in certain situations, but it's made it a little bit better for at least...
Look for the kind fuckers.
Yeah, look for those kind assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that
Let's
one.
change it. Let's change it.
That one group that fucking, because I hate that saying. It's almost like I send prayers for a school shooting.
Yeah, blessings.
So yeah.
Yeah, look for the night.